Spiritual Insights, Navigating the Path of Spiritual Wisdom, with Brother Lawrence. Live each day as a gift from God, with gratitude and joy. Seek God's guidance in all things, for His wisdom surpasses our own. The more we give, the more we receive of God's abundant blessings. In the silence of the heart, God speaks. It is in the ordinary duties and labors of life that the Christian can and should develop his spiritual union with God. Seek God's presence in the stillness of your heart. Silence your inner noise and listen to the voice of God. God's grace is sufficient for every need. Trust in His provision. The present moment is where God is always to be found. Let go of the past, embrace the present, and trust God with the future. Do not seek happiness. Seek God, and happiness will find you. Take time to be still and know that God is with you. God's love is the anchor that holds us steady in the storms of life. God's love is unconditional. Let it be the foundation of your life. The truest test of love is to love those who are difficult to love. The greatest honor we can give God is to live gladly because of the knowledge of His love. Do everything for the love of God, nothing for your own glory. The closer we are to God, the more we become our true selves. Prayer is the key that opens the door to God's heart. God's grace is sufficient for every need. Trust in His provision. Do not underestimate the power of a kind word or a compassionate gesture. Prayer is the breath of the soul. Let it guide your every step. The path to true joy is through selfless love and service to others. God's light shines brightest in the darkness. Let it illuminate your path. Do not be discouraged by your failures. God's mercy is greater than your mistakes. Surrender yourself to God's will, and you will find true freedom. Humility is the key that unlocks God's grace. Peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of God. God does not ask for success. He asks for surrender. Your worth is not based on what you achieve, but on who you are in God's eyes. Trust in God's providence and let go of your worries. Let your actions be a reflection of God's love dwelling within you. Do not be afraid to be a witness of God's love in a world that needs it. We do not need to be busy in order to be pleasing to God. The cross symbolizes God's love and sacrifice. Embrace it gratefully. Self-denial and surrender to God's will lead to holiness. Love without measure is the measure of love. Live in the present moment where God's grace is found.